I always thought of myself as a potter. I didn't really think of myself as an artist. And I think that maybe it's just evolved. You know, I started out making fish platters, and at first I tried to make pottery like everybody else did, with little blue flowers on things, and I got really tired of that really quickly. And I actually made a conscious decision to go whole fish into my work. You know, I had, so maybe that was my turning point. It's pretty obvious from looking at my work that I'm inspired by the marine environment. I love fish and what they eat, and the ecosystem around them. I love how everything has a niche and works together. Usually what I do involves both hand building and throwing. A lot of my urns and things, I start with a thrown vessel. By throwing, I mean taking a lump of clay and literally throwing it down on the wheel head and then spinning the wheel and pulling up the pot, trying to catch as much volume as possible with the amount of clay you're using. So that is one part of the process. Then with the thrown piece, the piece also has to be trimmed and decorated. In clay work, it's all very much about detail and texture, and you want to capture as much of that detail as you can by using the right tools to give the texture that you're looking for. To make my fish scales, for example, I use a lot of different plastic meshes or lace that kind of fits the bill for each fish. For certain fish have smaller scale sizes than others, so I choose my plastic mesh according to what the fish is and what the scale size is that I'm looking for. I guess I would describe my work as fairly whimsical. You know, I try to give it a lightheartedness, but I want it to be functional art. You know, I want it to be, I like to have the detail on my fish handles, but I want you to be able to use those handles to hold the piece.